Hey, what's up? It's Symphony here. Subscribe to my brother Mr. Creepy as Hell channel, and when you're watching his videos, make sure you stay in one piece. Peace, peace, peace.
How far will you go to get the notice of your crush? Will you do anything? Will you even change yourself just for your crush to notice you? Well, that's what happened in this story. A 18-year-old high schooler named Archie Brooks was someone who was never really popular. He was deemed ugly. He had wet, messy hair that clinged to his forehead every time he sweat. He wore glasses, and he had pimples all over his face. He even had a crooked smile. He was not attractive at all, and he could never get a girl to go out with him. One day, the prom was coming up, and Reggie bought tickets for him and a date. He was trying to go all over the school to ask any girl if they wanted to go out with him to the prom, but all of them told poor Reggie no. Most of them said that they had a boyfriend. The others say things like how ugly he was. This made Reggie felt very insecure. And to make matters worse, he always had a bully named Nathan that would always be standing around the corner waiting for him to walk in his direction so he can start bullying him. Well, if it isn't ugly Archie. Let me guess, nobody wants to go out with you? Can't blame them. You are ugly as fuck. I mean, look at you. Just looking at you makes me want to throw up. Oh, and one more thing, Archie. Please stop staring at my girl. She does not want you. She'll never be with you. And even if she did broke up with me, she'll never date an ugly piece of shit like you. Nathan antagonized Archie. Archie just ignored him and walked it right past Nathan. Nathan didn't say much to him. The only thing he said was, "Keep this in mind, Archie. No girl in this school would never, ever find you attractive." Even though Archie didn't say anything to Nathan, his words did affect him, and he believed that he would forever be single and not popular enough. As he was walking, that's when he saw it. The most beautifulest girl in the high school. That girl was Clarissa Robinson, the most beautifulest girl in the school. She had black curly hair. She had a smile that would make any guy feel like their heart is coming out their chest after beating so fast, after getting a smile from the most beautifulest girl in the school. Archie knew that she was out of his league, especially since he looked very ugly. Archie kept on walking until he got into the boys' bathroom. He looked in the mirror, and he was just disgusted. He started to cry, and he said to himself, "Damn it, why do I gotta be so ugly? Oh man, I hate this. I can't get a girlfriend. I can't get no one to like me. If only I looked good. Everyone, including all the girls, will come after me. But I guess you can't get what you want. Just hate I got such an ugly face." The school bell rang, and Archie made his way to class. A few days later, Archie was in the hospital. He had injured himself a bit. He was on a ladder cleaning out the gutters of his house after his mother asked him to do that for her. As he was doing that, the ladder somehow fell, and he injured himself. Luckily, it wasn't nothing too severe. He just happened to have a sprained ankle. After his mother left his bedside to go grab her something to eat, Archie sat there in the hospital bed, and that's when he heard the door opening. A man dressed up in hospital scrubs, looking like he's about to perform a surgery, came up to Archie and asked him,
"Hello, Archie. I'm Dr. D. I'm a plastic surgeon doctor. I perform many surgeries on people who want plastic surgery, whether it's to change their looks, give them a nose job, you name it. I've been hearing about your problem, about how ugly you feel, and how you don't like the way you look.
Archie was very confused on who this man was, and he also wondered how the hell he knew about his insecurities. He wanted to ask him that, but what distracted him from asking about that and what really had his mind going was the fact that the man can fix up Archie and to make him look better. He said that he was willing to give him a plastic surgery, and that made Archie felt very intrigued and curious. So he asked, "So let me get this straight. You're a doctor that performs plastic surgery operation, and you're telling me that you can fix my face and everything that's wrong with me, and I can look more attractive?"
Indeed. And I know you're going through a whole lot in school. Everyone's picking on you about how you look. I can fix that problem, but you just gotta allow me to do it.
The doctor said to Archie, "Look, it sounds nice, but I can't afford all that. It's just too expensive to do."
Don't worry. It's free of charge. You'll be the first subject though. It's a groundbreaking surgery where I can reconstruct a face and make it look better. And if your surgery is a success, this could be performed on other millions of people who don't like how their face look or how their features are.
Even though there were multiple red flags about this surgery, Archie couldn't stop thinking about how his life could be. He had many more people that would want to hang out with him, not to mention a lot of the girls at his school would be looking at him and want to hang around him. That's all he could think about, was being popular. And finally, maybe he can finally get a date with Clarissa. "Okay, I'll do it."
Splendid.
Archie told his mother that she can go home and that he'll be alright by himself. He also wanted to get her out of here so she wouldn't try to stop what he was trying to do. After his mother left, that's when the doctor, Dr. D, prepped Reggie for the surgery. 7 to 10 hours later, Archie came out of the operating room with band-aids wrapped around his face. The doctor, Dr. D, told him that he couldn't take it off until 24 hours after the surgery. 24 hours later had passed, and Archie took off the band-aids. And when he looked in the mirror, he was so satisfied. He got scared for a moment. He couldn't realize that this was him. His face looked more unique. It had a nice shape to it. He had wonderful eyes. He had a nice structured nose and straight white teeth. Not to mention all the little pimples and freckles were gone. It was like a different person's face was just attached to Archie's body. He was amused and happy. The next day, Archie went to school, and right away, everyone stared at him. Girls were giving him a look like they found him attractive. Everyone had their eyes on him. People couldn't believe that Archie Brooks, the nerdy, unattractive kid, managed to get a very extreme makeover to make himself look more attractive. Everyone was in shock, but the person that was in the most shock was Clarissa. She watched as Archie made his way past her. Throughout the day, girls just kept coming up to Archie as he would come out of class and make his way to the next class. That's when Clarissa walked up to him. Even though Archie tried his very best to keep it cool, but he couldn't help but to feel like he was about to pass out. The girl that he always had a crush on, that he felt that was out of his league, was standing right in front of him. He was in shock, but he kept it cool. "Archie, what did you do to yourself? You look different, but you look more attractive. Did you get surgery?" "Well, I don't care. You look really good. You know, I always thought you looked good before the plastic surgery, but this makes you look even better. So, you have plans for prom night? I hope you haven't asked any other girls out." Archie replied, trying his absolute best to keep it cool and not to freak out. He didn't want to scare Clarissa Anyway, yeah, I have prom tickets. Would you like to come with me to the prom? It would really be my honor, Clarissa. Yes, I would love to go. Then Clarissa went up to Archie's face and kissed him on the cheeks. Archie tried his best not to blush, but as he was celebrating, he heard a loud commotion behind him. He turned, and it was Nathan. He looked very pissed off and angry. He said to Archie, "What the fuck? What's your deal, huh? I told you that Clarissa was mine, and you went behind my back and asked her out to prom? That ain't gonna fly, buddy. You think because you got a surgery to change your looks that you think you're better? You're still the cowardly punk nerd that you always was. And Clarissa, how could you go with him? You know I had feelings for you. What's up?" "Look, Nathan, I never said I liked you, okay? I never shared the same feelings that you had for me. Now leave me alone, alright? I'm going with Archie. I want to be with him instead. He seems like a really sweet guy." Everyone was looking at Nathan, and everyone was looking at Clarissa. Nathan looked at Archie with these death-stared eyes, and he walked off. Archie had a very bad feeling that Nathan was not done with him. On the night of the prom, Archie was getting himself together when he noticed something was weird with his face. As he was putting on lotion on his face, he noticed his hands had a weird liquidy substance on it. It looked like the same color of his skin. He went inside the bathroom and he noticed that pieces of his skin was falling off. He was horrified. He didn't know what to do, and he had to go pick up Clarissa in about 10 minutes. He tried to see if he can wipe his face off, but more of his skin kept on dripping off. It looked gross and disgusting. Archie decided just to put on cologne and made his way downstairs to get inside of his car to go pick up Clarissa. As he was driving, he noticed that he was starting to run out of gas. Luckily, Archie saw a gas station that was right up the street. He drove in and he got out of his car. He went inside, grabbed a few things, and told the cashier what pump number he was on. When he came out, he was going to go and fill up his gas, but he noticed Nathan and two other guys were standing by his car. He walked it slowly over there and he asked them, "Hey, fellas, can I help you out with something?" "Nathan, what are you doing here?" "Oh, isn't it obvious, Archie? I'm here to teach you a lesson. You stole my girl. So me and my friends are gonna, I don't know, rearrange that face of yours. Maybe if we rearrange it, Clarissa won't find you as attractive anymore. I mean, that's the only reason she finds you attractive. It's because of your little surgery to make yourself look better. But once we get done with you, you're not gonna look like shit. Look, Nathan, I don't want to fight. I just want to get in my car, put gas in there, and I'll be on my way. I'm not looking to start a fight with you," Archie protested. But Nathan seemed to already have his mind made up. He was furious and angry. He walked it towards Archie and landed a punch in his face. But his fist was stuck on Archie's face. Nathan looked concerned. "What the hell? Why can't I move my fist from your face? Why is it all squishy and sticky? What the hell, man?" A very concerned Nathan asked. Archie tried to move Nathan's hands from his face, but then Archie's hands were stuck on Nathan's arms. "Dude, remove your hands from my arms. I don't want you touching me." I can't. It's stuck. I don't know what's going on," Archie said while trying to remove his hands from Nathan's arms. But he couldn't. Nathan's friends tried to help him. They tried to pull him off of Archie. But the moment they pulled him off, something horrifying happened. Nathan's skin ripped off from his hands, revealing a bloody, bony hand. Not to mention a patch of skin came off of Nathan's arms where Reggie was touching him at. Nathan yelled and freaked out as blood was coming out of his hands and coming out of the part of his arms where Archie touched him at. When Archie looked, he noticed that the skin from Nathan's arms and hands was stuck on him. He got frightened and he ran inside of his car and drove off. He can hear Nathan screaming and yelling and freaking out. He drove until he got to Clarissa's house. He tried his absolute best to peel off the skin, Nathan's skin off of his, but when he done so, he lost more skin himself, and he noticed that more liquidy substance was dripping from his face. It got onto his suit and it looked nasty. He knew he couldn't let Clarissa see him like this, because if she did, she wouldn't let him take her to prom. Archie looked around in his car to see if he could find a cover or anything to try to hide what was happening to him, but he couldn't because Clarissa was standing by his car and she knocked on the window. He was very, very worried. He unlocked the door and she got inside the car, and right away, Clarissa noticed something was off with Archie. Archie, is everything all right? Turn around so I can give you a kiss. I want to kiss that beautiful face of yours. I was thinking, Clarissa, maybe it was a mistake to ask you to prom. I mean, you only wanted to be with me because I have an attractive face. I mean, before that, you didn't even acknowledge me. Why now? Archie asked Clarissa. Her response was, look, don't complain, all right? I'm going out with you to the prom, and so you should be happy of that. Alright, there's many other guys out there that want me, including Nathan, so why are you complaining? You should be thankful I chose you. And you're right, if it wasn't for that surgery that you had, I would have never noticed you. Seems like you're becoming a bit of a problem, egotistical, because you think you look so good because of that surgery that you got. Even though Archie knew that was the truth, it still hurted him. It hurted him to the point he started to become really angry. And then Archie did something that was unthinkable. He turned towards Clarissa. When Clarissa saw that his face was peeling off, skin was dripping off of his face, she screamed. But Archie didn't let her leave the car. He grabbed her and put his face up against her face. He grinded his face onto hers, and then he ripped his face away from hers, and her skin peeled off, revealing a bloody, bony corpse of her face. Clarissa died instantly as her blood got everywhere in his car. Archie felt hurt that he was just used for his looks and not for being a very kind-hearted person, but he was done. He didn't want to do this anymore. He decided to drive with Clarissa's corpse in the car. He kept driving until he found a cemetery. He got out of the car and dragged Clarissa's lifeless body out, and he dug a hole with the shovel he had in the back of his trunk. He put Clarissa inside the hole he dug up and buried her in there. Archie got back inside of his car and he drove off, crying because he thought that his life would be much more easier now that he had the surgery and he was more attractive. But it seems like life was more horrible for Archie now that he had the surgery. He went to the hospital where he was at several weeks ago to try to look for the doctor, but the receptionist told him that he packed up his stuff and moved, and they didn't know where he left to. So Archie was all alone, and he hated this. He couldn't make any friends because his features were more hideous than before, and all thanks to that doctor who took advantage of him, who took advantage of the fact that Archie wanted to be more attractive, and now his life is over. Archie can only think of one thing he can do to end his suffering. He opened up a glove compartment box inside of his car, and he got out a revolver, and he did the unthinkable. A few days later, Archie was found dead inside of his car. His mother grieved hard for him. she was hurt by her son's death. They also noticed that his skin was peeling off of his face. They couldn't explain how that was possible, but only Archie knew, but he was deceased. As for Clarissa, they found her deceased body at the cemetery area where Archie buried her at. It was later confirmed that Archie had something to do with her murder. They believed that he may have killed her, not to mention that her face was completely gone. People believed that Archie skinned her face alive. That was the running theory. But of course, me and you both know that's not exactly what happened. This was the price that Archie had to pay to become more attractive. It seemed that his life was even more worse than it was before he had the surgery, and now he lost his life. As for Dr. D, no one could find him, as it was discovered several weeks later that he performed surgery on Archie. When doctors looked at how the surgery was performed, doctors were appalled. Dr. D did something that he shouldn't have never done. The surgery was not approved by anyone. He done this little surgery based off a small experiment that he done on an animal. It wasn't approved, so there was a warrant out for his arrest, but no one could find him. So there you have it. Archie thought that his life would be more better if he became more attractive, but it did the exact opposite. And now Archie's life is over. Would you go this far just to impress someone that you have a crush on? Or would you just stay who you are and hope that you'll find someone that will accept you for who you are?